Hey guys, thanks for joining me on this vlog today. I've got a really fun little mat class. It's just a simple fundamental mat class. I just taught it yesterday. It's part of the Mat Flex program for BASI North America. I really enjoyed the flow, enjoyed the movement. It's not too hard, just about 20-25 minutes. And I've got a great model working with me, Kate, today. So we're going to take you through some little tips and pro tips and little technique movement patterns for some of these exercises, some of the things I see on a regular basis, some of the things we need to correct with some of the movement patterns. So before we get started, smash that like button and hit subscribe to become a part of the Pilates Life channel. Woo, getting spun out in my words. We hope you enjoy this video. Let's move. All right, here we go with a little bit of a mat class. It's a fundamental level. I just taught this mat class. I absolutely love it. It's really nice and basic. Again, though, if there's anything that's bothering you, don't push yourselves, don't push your body, just sit out of the exercise. But it's a nice fundamental workout. I hope you enjoy. I'm really going to go over the technique of the different movement patterns. So we're going to try to get a little more involved in the actual technique of the exercises. I've got Kate with me today. She is amazing. We just did a wonderful workout on the reform and the one chair in a previous video. I hope you like it. And she's going to work with me on this mat work. So go ahead and stand here facing that direction. You face away from me. Actually, you know what? Why don't you face towards the outside? That's a little bit better. Anytime I set my clients up, I want to set them up so they can see something nice. We're doing our roll down. We breathe in. As we exhale, we feel that nice little cervical stretch. We go through the thoracic. As the thoracic is going into flexion, the hands go with us. We bend the knees and we stop right there. Breathe in. As we breathe out, we come up, each vertebra one at a time, back to that towel position. I really like the way she's coming back to that ideal posture. Inhale. Exhale, roll through. Ideal posture is where you're trying to get all those bony landmarks in line. Same as the hands, though, not just the spine, shoulders, hips, thighs, but also those hands come right back to that middle position of the thigh. Inhale, exhale down. Bend the knees, pause, inhale, and we exhale, roll up to the top. Very nice. Go ahead and have a seat right here. We're going into the fundamental BASI mat warm-up. Your head's going to be right here today. Knees are bent, feet are flat. We want to create a nice A-frame here. So don't let those heels tuck in too tight. Create a nice little A-frame. Shoulders are open, hands by the side, fingers are together. She's in a nice ideal position, in a supine position now. For the pelvic curl, we breathe in. As we breathe out, we go into deep flexion. Really hollow the abdominals out before you start to peel the spine up. Hamstrings are working here. We've got a nice engagement. We're going to pull the ribs in a little bit more, not quite so high on the ribs. Inhale. As you exhale, you feel each vertebra one at a time articulate down the mat, not allowing the shoulders protract and to keep the spine in a nice position. Inhale. Exhale. Peel the spine up. We're going into deep flexion, then engaging the hip extensors. I want you to imagine you've got a tennis ball between your knees and you're not going to drop that tennis ball. You breathe in. As you breathe out, you feel the spine articulate down. She looks amazing. I'm going to go just a hair closer on your feet. Inhale. Exhale. Go into deep posterior first. Then the backs of the legs engage. Abdominals and hamstrings working in conjunction together. We breathe in. We breathe out as the spine articulates down, rolling through. And let's do two more. Inhale. Exhale, scooping the abdominals, peeling the spine up. Really nice job controlling your ribs, Kate. Breathe in and exhale, roll your spine through. Don't let those adductors let go. If you feel those knees kind of splaying open a little bit, re-engage as if you're holding a little brick or a little tennis ball between your knees. Inhale, exhale. Or as Rael would say, Rael, my friend Rael Isakowitz, the founder of this method, the little pillow, he's made these little pillows that are great and they're going to be distributed pretty soon. I can't wait. Exhale up, hold, breathe in, and breathe out as you roll the spine down. From here, we drift the arms up above the chest, both of them, face your palms. Now, if you're on a mat on the floor, you're going to go to a T position with your arms. But if you've got a nice raised bed, you can either use the uprights or take your hands, if your shoulder flexibility will allow, and put them on the bed. Bend your elbows a little bit more. And if I wasn't lazy right now, I'd actually get these F2 handles out and let her hold on to those. So even better for spine twist supine. Tabletop your legs one at a time. Glue your knees together. We start at 90 degrees of the hip joint, 90 degrees of the knee joint. We twist towards the right on the inhale. The whole lower body moves as one unit. And as we exhale, we come back to the center line. It's just the waist. It's just the waist that's doing the work. Upper body staying nice and still and secure. Lower body staying together as one. And we exhale back to center. A lot of times people will drift those feet up because as they come over to one side, they start leading with the feet a little bit too much. Try not to do that. Try to keep and maintain that 90 degrees. A student asked me recently, does the hip come up on one side? Absolutely. If the legs are moving as one and the pelvis is going to one side, you're going to have space under the hip on the opposite side. Exhale. Inhale to me. Exhale back to center. Inhale away. And exhale back to center, using that breath to create a nice rhythm for the movement. She's doing great. We take one foot down at a time. Our feet are a couple inches apart. We're going to interlace our hands behind our head. We want a nice deep interlace with the thumbs touching one another, supporting the back of the skull, not the occipital lobe, but the back of the skull. Chest lift, inhale. As we exhale, head, chest, and shoulders come into forward flexion. Our eyes are right here on our thighs. We breathe in. And we breathe out as we roll down. Once the pelvic position is established, we're shooting for neutral pelvis. Maintain that pelvic position. Breathe in. Breathe out as you come down. For me personally, as you can see, I've got a little bit of a sway back here, a little hyperlordosis. So what I'll do, come back down, for my own personal work, is I biased to slight posterior. And as you can see, as she comes up with that slight bias to posterior, she can get a little more in depth on the movement. Inhale, exhale down. Depending on your shoulder flexibility, you want your elbows as wide as you can get them, but once you set them, keep them in that position. Don't bring them forward, don't open them up. Exhale up. They're staying in that nice position. Breathe in. Breathe out as we come down. Inhale. Exhale up. Pause, inhale. Exhale down. I'm going to do this repertoire by the book today. Most of it. Exhale up. Right now, I want to add my favorite variation. Your eyes should be right here. As you inhale, grab your thighs. As you exhale, go a little deeper into flexion. She's just bending her elbows and using her biceps to pull into a little deeper flexion. Not dramatically, just a little more engagement of that rectus abdominis. We hold that line. We interlace behind and we exhale down. It feels a little different, doesn't it? It really gets that rectus abdominis to engage and just get a little more depth of the spinal flexion. Let's do two more like that. I won't kill her today. Exhale it. We just did a really tough workout earlier. Pause. Inhale, grab your thighs. Exhale, pull a little deeper, just enough to get a little more engagement. We inhale, interlace behind. She's doing a great job. Bring your hands back. Not shrugging her shoulders, not bringing tension into her neck. Exhale down. Just drawing deeper into the abdomen line. Exhale up. Inhale, grab. Exhale, pull. Inhale, interlace. And exhale down. Really nicely done. We go into chest lift with rotation. We come back into our chest lift position. Pause, inhale. Exhale, rotate to one direction. Inhale to center. Exhale, rotate to the other direction. Inhale to center and go and rest for a moment. This exercise is crucial. You have to get absolute rotation. We don't want lateral flexion. We don't want the rib opening up and losing one side. We definitely don't want to pull across with one elbow. So I'm going to help her to really get that ideal rotation because this is a prerequisite for so many other exercises. So come into your chest lift position. I'm just going to take my hand onto her bicep. She's resting her forearm onto mine. Gives her a little bit of assistance as we come into a little rotation and center. Forward flexion takes priority over rotation. Previously, if you didn't notice, she was doing this, and that is not ideal rotation, is not absolute rotation. Now she's got a good movement pattern. I step back and see if that movement pattern, that tactile cueing, that little assistance helps her. And wow, now she's hitting it really well. Center, and okay, one more each side. I was going to be done, but we're good. And now go ahead and relax. She can feel her abdominals for sure. Hands down by your side. Single leg lift. We're going to take the right leg to tabletop. Now this is a seemingly simple exercise, but with a little technique you can make it a little more challenging and a little more profound. We're hinging at the hip joint only. We're keeping the angle of the knee joint at 90 degrees, not changing it, only hinging at the hip joint. Exhale, return. Now keep going. We keep the shoulders open. We keep a little energy into the shoulder extensors, into the mat. But to accentuate this, you can use your breath. Inhale, exhale. To accentuate a little bit more, we can go slight bias to posterior to help the transverse abdominis engage more. And then the last little tip, the last little technique is while you're moving, try to take that foot slightly up. You're not taking it off the mat, but you're taking pressure off the foot, which you can kind of feel that little wrapping sensation around your midsection. So try to make what is a seemingly simple exercise a little more profound and a little deeper. We slide this foot in towards the other one. We take the left leg to tabletop, keeping the angle of the knee joint the same. We tip and we return. We're going to pull the ribs in just a little bit. Very nice. We're going to really wrap the transverse abdominis. We're going to soften the leg that's on the mat. Not lifting it up, but just kind of taking weight off of it. And exhale. Not all the way. Let that heel stay. There you go. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A little more rib engagement. Feel that nice wrapping sensation, that knitting sensation of your ribs. There you go. Nice long fingers. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to hold this and transition right into leg changes. That's a beautiful flow. Try to create nice transitions and flow between your repertoire. Exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. And boom. Now you've really got to use that transverse abdominis a little bit more. Again, I like to bias to slight posterior to really help engage the abdominals to stabilize the pelvis. The objective is pelvic lumbar stabilization with hip mobility and movement. And we hold here, we take both legs down, and we rest for just a moment. Going into the 100 prep, we drift our arms above our head. A nice transition on that. Go ahead and leave your hands where they were. I'll show you a nice transition. Take this leg to tabletop. We just finished our leg changes. So from here, we take the opposite leg to tabletop, glue the knees together, drift the arms above the head, and we can transition right into the next exercise. Kind of a nice flow. As we exhale, the hands come above the chest first. The head, chest, and shoulders follow second. Those arms are horizontal to the floor. We're not shrugging the shoulders. We drift the arms up to 90 degrees of the shoulder joint. It's just above the knees. Head, chest, and shoulders reach back as the head reaches back. Make that transition seamless. Exhale up. Inhale, arms, head, chest, and shoulders. We're not stopping. We're just continuing that flow. Exhale. Inhale. Looking good. Exhale. So as you can see, when those arms are drifting up, there's just a little more isometric contraction on an isotonic exercise. Exhale up. Inhale, return. Exhale up. If you're doing this with us and you're fatiguing a little bit, just take a break and then come back into it when you're ready. Don't push your bodies too far beyond its normal capacity or capability. From here, we're going to keep the legs there. We're going into the roll-up. We drop the feet one at a time. We lengthen the legs out. We plantar flex the ankle joint. Squeeze the legs together so the adductors are active. Palms transition to face one another. We inhale into the same chest lift position, same 100 prep position. This beautiful C curve that she's just created is going to remain the same as we hinge up. We come just to about here where the eyes are above the knees. Give me a little more extension, Kate. Very nice. And keep this hand in line with that one. Arms are horizontal to the floor. And there's that beautiful C curve that she created. Pause, inhale. We exhale back. We drift those hands right back next to the thighs. Keep the head up. There you go. And then the arms drift up, the head, chest, and shoulders come back. We come into our C curve, our chest lift position on the inhale. We exhale up. We try not to collapse. Now there's two things I'm seeing people do. Just collapse on me. They just collapse. That is not good. Keep the arms here. That is not good. We see people extend too much. That is not good. All you do is maintain this beautiful C curve. And chin down a little bit. And we go. A little more plantar flexion. Good. And back. And inhale, chest lift position. Exhale up. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, you lost your head position. There you go. Lift up just a tad. There. That little extra bit just helps that lumbar just kind of open up. You breathe into that on the inhale, giving it a little extra stretch, and exhale down. By the way, this is my mosaic. I haven't had this in any of my videos yet. I love this piece. It's from my dear friend Amy. I love you, Amy. Thank you for making this for me. We do one more. Okay, he's like, how many am I going to do? Come on, Brandon, focus. You see she collapses a little bit, but we just kind of give her a couple little cues and she comes back into that position. From here, we're going right into spine stretch. So lift your spine straight up. Dorsiflex your feet. Remember, dorsiflexion comes from the ankle joint. You don't want those toes peeling back and facing towards. I've heard the cue toes to nose before. Not good. Toes are facing the ceiling. Ankles are dorsiflexed. We go to about shoulder width apart. She's really sitting up high under her sits bone. She's got beautiful posture. And we feel the neck stretch. Just like the roll down, if your thoracic spine is going into flexion, your arms are going to go with you. So right now you're almost faced between your feet. You go through the lumbar and then you take the whole pelvis and tilt it forward slightly. We breathe in. As we breathe out, we push the pelvis back to neutral, roll up through the spine, and restack to the top. She's making this look awesome. Exhale, first the head, then the thoracic. The arms go with the thoracic spine, then the lumbar. Then we tilt the pelvis forward. One thing I'm seeing a lot on this is people have their arms too high or their shoulders elevated. We don't want to see this position here. This is not good. We want to see this nice continuous C curve, hands just between the feet, pelvis tilted forward. We bring the pelvis back, we bring the spine back one at a time all the way to the top. Inhale, exhale, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, tilt the pelvis. Oh, don't extend. What are you doing? That's what you don't want to do. Inhale and exhale. She's doing an excellent job of showing us what you don't want to do. She got excited there. Inhale. One more good one. You got to redeem yourself. Flexion, 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 flexion. Tilt the pelvis forward. Breathe in. And restack back to the top. If you've got more flexibility, you can go a little bit deeper, but keep the flexion of the spine so you're breathing into that. Okay, from here, point your toes, bring your legs in, go to your roll-up position. This is a nice way to transition to rolling like a ball. I just love it. We're going to hinge back about halfway. You're going to slide your heels in, grab low on your shins, balance on your sits bones, and now we're in that nice rolling like a ball position. You cannot roll just to the low back. Please don't roll to the neck or the head, but make sure you get to the shoulder girdle. There's a very dynamic connection between the abdominals and hip extensors here to get up onto the shoulders and then come back up and through. We inhale back, and we're going to stop for a moment just so I can show you. This is where we want to be. Lift your head slightly. Thank you. This is where we want to be. As we come up, we just go right back to our starting position. Inhale back, exhale up. Hold it here. Go a little lower on your shins with your feet. There you go, your hands. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. And what I mean by just going to the flat is if you come back and you only go back to here, there's no way you're going to get back up. Go up. This is not going to happen. So you really need to get back to that shoulder girdle. Use the abdominals and back extensors and hip extensors to get a little bit of a lift and then pull back through. Let's do 3 more. And we go back. And we go up. And we go back. And we go up. And we go back. And we go up. And we hold. We lengthen out the legs. We kind of unwind the body and go back to our roll-up position. From here, she just comes back and touch the low back to the mat. Drop your hands down, rest your head, slide your right leg in to tabletop. So this comes in, it reaches the tabletop, right into leg circles. I love leg circles. It feels so good for the hip joint. We bring this leg straight up. Now, she's got great flexibility, dorsiflex ankle joint, to find this alignment. If you're tight in the hamstrings, you can soften the knee a little bit, but I like to soften both so we get a nice neutral position of the pelvis. But she looks great, straight. Nice control in the shoulders, a little bit of energy into your shoulder extensors. We go to the inside line. We inhale around, we exhale around. We inhale for a circle, we exhale for a circle. Now, if you've got good flexibility and great stability, you can go wider with your circle. But if you feel that you're losing the stability of the pelvis, speak Brandon, speak. Stability of the pelvis, make your circle smaller. 5 full breath patterns, reverse direction, outside line and outside line. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Get that knee straight, Kate. Get that knee to straighten out a little bit. Oh, those hip flexors are so tired. And hold. Point your toe. Bend and reach it out. I tortured her poor hip flexors on the last workout. She's going to be feeling this tomorrow. I'm sorry. Slide the other leg in. Bring it up to the top. Dorsiflex to the inside line. Inhale around and exhale around. 5 full breath patterns. There's 2. We breathe in, we breathe out. This exercise is about hip mobility, pelvic stability. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. We reverse to the outside line, across the center line. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Try to stabilize this leg a little more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. There is a dynamic. You're not you're not going into momentum, but there's definitely a dynamic for it. Point, bend, reach across, drift your arms above your head, bend this knee, just this one, nope, just this one. We lost her, and roll to your side facing the camera. We're going to transition into a little lateral work. I love this work. Bottom arm is long. It's called side lift. So bottom arm is over here. This hand is down for a little support. Legs are long. I told her earlier, I said, this is just module 1 of the Flex program mat repertoire. She's like, oh yeah, that'll be easy. You're feeling it, aren't you? Okay. We engage the obliques to just hover the legs a little bit. So right about there is our starting. You don't drop. You keep that hover. From here, it's a unilateral movement. We exhale, lift, inhale, down. This arm is down for gentle support, just gentle support, but you're not really pressing hard into it. And there she goes. As you can see, she's using those obliques to pull the pelvis up. If you imagine you had a little grape under your waist right here, you'd be smashing that grape, and that would be creating that unilateral movement. And there's 8. Inhale, exhale, 9. Inhale, exhale, 10. Legs come down. From here, she's just going to bend her knees. She's going to place her hands down, lift her body up, and bring her head to the other side. Nice job. So still facing that direction. There you go. You have the opportunity to teach your class how you want your transitions done. 9 times out of 10, you're going to want them facing you. So make sure those transitions are seamless and make sense. We go to a slight hover. Make sure that bottom palm is nice and long and those fingers are nice and straight so you're creating length. Gentle support on that top hand, and we exhale up. Inhale down. Very nice. And exhale up. You can see that waist just shortening, those obliques firing. She's doing amazing. And that's 4. We go up for 5. If I place my hand under here, I can feel her pressing into my hand as she's lifting those legs up. You're pressing down. You're creating that unilateral movement. And 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. That is side lifts. You're trying to create a perfectly straight line, but if you feel that your greater trochanter is struggling a little bit on the mat or you're a little unstable, you can bias to a slight banana or boomerang, but try to get that nice straight line. Okay? Go ahead and sit up. Put your hands here to a quadruped position. We're going into cat stretch. Very unique for BASI Pilates and just lovely. I love the segment of the upper and lower back. So we go into neutral here. Make sure the hands are directly under the shoulders. The knees are directly under the hips, so you got to shift forward slightly. There you go. That looks great. Neutral pelvis, neutral spine, nice neutral scapula position, neutral head position. The first phase of flexion comes from a C curve, so we think of lumbar flexion, and the rest of the back just adapts to that flexion. It doesn't come directly from the shoulder line. We go back through neutral. We keep the lower body still and just extend the upper thoracic spine like you're showing off a nice little necklace. We go back through neutral. We go into flexion of the lumbar. The rest of the back adapts. It's not a big looping motion from the shoulders. We're just allowing this to adapt to the pelvic positioning. Back through neutral. Go a little more neutral at the head. There you go. And then extend the upper back. You can see those upper thoracic extensors activating. It's not a big movement. Go back through neutral. And we go into flexion. And we go through neutral. And we go into extension. And back through neutral. That was great. Fun little transition. I love it. Most people don't love it. I'll show it to you. To go to our prone position, we keep this position. We lengthen one leg out like we're going into front support. So flex your foot, anchor it to the floor. We keep this nice position of the pelvis and the torso. We extend the other leg. We could go into front support if we wanted to, but I told her we'd be keeping this one simple. Just bend your arms slowly as you come down. Elbows towards your ribs. Nope, keep your legs there. Bend and come down. Bend your elbows. Bend your elbows. Oh, that's not how you do it. And just go to your pelvis. Just go to your prone position. Just have a lie down. What I like to do is when I'm in this position here, I just soften my elbows, 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 and then I come to a prone position. I don't just lie down.
I don't think your version's easier than my version.
It's not easier, no. Her version's much easier. So, basic back extension. I absolutely love this exercise. Your nose is hovering above the mat. Your hands are by your side. If you can't have fun and giggle and laugh in Pilates, you shouldn't be doing Pilates. Her legs are together. Here's a note for you. High back extension exercises, hips are externally rotated. Low back extensions such as this, they're parallel. High, externally rotated, low, parallel. Your hands are just going to kind of drift onto your thighs here as you extend your head. There's your cervical. There's your thoracic. You go into a little lumbar extension. And then you exhale down. That's all you've got to do. Please don't let your feet float. Don't squeeze into your glutes too much. The legs are active and relaxed, but not lifted and extended. Exhale down. Inhale up. It's reverse spinal articulation. Reverse. From the tip of the head down to the lumbar, from the lumbar out to the tip of the head. And we come down. From here, we're going to do one more and lift up. We're going to hold it, bring the arms around, interlace your hands under your face, and bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. And we're going to lift up into that single leg kick position. So we have a nice little interlace, Elbows are directly under the shoulders. We've got a beautiful proud position. We call this the BASI proud. Really lift up through the chest, extend the back, and we hold this line. Can you come up a little deeper? Good. We wrap the abdominals to make sure we're supporting the core, make sure we're supporting that low back, and then we use our hip extensors to lift up off the mat. So the legs lift to here. We kick our right 2 times. Boom, boom. Simultaneously switch. So we're switching simultaneously. We're not stopping and then pulling up, right? So boom, boom, and boom, boom. Exhale, 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 exhale. Go a little slower. Try to keep the knees up a little higher. Boom, 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 boom. The breath is inhale for 2 each side, exhale for 2 each side. Inhale, exhale. This is an exercise I always teach the movement first, because if you try to integrate the breath too quickly, it can get a little confusing. And stop, lengthen both legs long. Place your hands down, push into your forearms, and pull back into rest position, long arms. And this is a lovely exercise. It is an exercise in and of itself called rest position. Reach the arms out nice and long, reach the tailbone down towards the heels, and elongate and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling, just holding that for a moment. If you need a rest in the middle of class, maybe you're doing a more aggressive class or a harder class, this is a great position to go into to kind of recoup and to reinvigorate yourself. Peel up. Go ahead and stand in your original position. Face that direction. We do a roll down to finish off. Feet are a couple inches apart. I like to put my foot right down between their feet. It usually creates a nice position for them. We breathe in and we breathe out. Oh, your posture looks amazing today, especially after 2 workouts. We pause, inhale. We exhale, peel the spine up. Don't be too conservative with those knees. Breathe in. Breathe out as you roll down. Right as we get into the lumbar, we bend the knees, protects the back, gives that nice little stretch to the lumbar region. Exhale, roll up. We find that ideal posture where the crown of the head is lifting up towards the ceiling. The hands are right in the middle of the thighs. The ribs are engaged. We breathe in. We breathe out as we roll down. Inhale. Exhale, restack to the top. Crown of the head reaches to the ceiling. Find that ideal posture. Breathe in. Wow. Nice job. I told you it wasn't going to be that hard. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed that little workout. It's a great little mat workout. You can add some extra repetitions if you like to make it a little longer, or slow it down to make it a little more deep. But otherwise, great job. Thank you.